General David Patraeus, the former US commander of NATO troops in Afghanistan, has formally retired from the armed forces as he prepares to take over as director of the CIA. General Patraeus, who oversaw last year's surge of US troops, has been congratulated by colleagues for setting the gold standard for command in the modern era. Our North America editor Mark Mardell considers whether those tributes are justified by the achievements.
At 58, he's something of a pin-up for an America short of heroes. A hardened warrior, an intellectual, a diplomat. Above all, a winner. And even on his last day in uniform, deeply political, warning against defence cuts.
It will be imperative to maintain a force that not only capitalises on the extraordinary experience and expertise in our ranks today, but also maintains the versatility and flexibility that have been developed over the past decade in particular.
In full dress uniform for the ceremony to mark his service, he's more comfortable in combat fatigues, proud of thriving on 4 hours sleep, a 5-mile run and a single meal a day. He's widely praised for saving the situation in Iraq.
Even in the face of a tough fight in Iraq and a very tough political climate here in Washington, he rose above it all, as he always has.
In Iraq, he combined a surge in the number of troops with a new strategy, winning hearts and minds, building up the country. It was called counterinsurgency.
We would bring 40 U.S. troops in, along with Iraqi security forces, stay in the neighborhood 24/7, live there, eat there, patrol day, night. That gained us the trust of the population.
When the man in charge in Afghanistan, General McChrystal, was effectively sacked by President Obama for making unflattering remarks about politicians, the president called on Patraeus to take his place, an even harder job with continuing arguments about the way ahead. President Obama and the general don't have the easiest of relationships. This is one soldier who fights as hard to win his political battles as military ones. But in the end, the president rejected his advice and went for a quicker, larger withdrawal from Afghanistan than the military wanted. General Patraeus' favourite strategy can take years to pay off. He's tried to make it work in months. This has been the deadliest month for American troops so far. Few think this is what victory looks like.
He didn't quite manage to crack the nut, perhaps because the nut was uncrackable, or because these missions are so difficult that even if you do 90 to 95% of everything right, you still only make partial headway.
The general will exchange his uniform for a suit when he becomes the head of the CIA. A huge job, but with less risk of clashing with the president over budgets and strategy. Mark Mardell, BBC News, Washington.